We are your amigos from To The Point.
There we are. Let's set this music up.
Hey, what's up, Vince? How's it going, man?
What's going on, guys?
Got a fucking camera in front of me now.
Yeah.
Leo's got a new camera and he's excited.
Let's see where he's at. There he is. There you are, Leo.
Hey, Vince.
Now they can see the camera you're talking about.
Yeah, we just have a little bit of a different setup. Not entirely thrilled with it, but you can see.
Hey, we are your amigos from
Yeah.
To The Point.
We haven't been here in a minute, man. It seems like it's been forever, and had to set up and all that good stuff, and it's been a busy couple weeks. For those with kids, we're rounding out
Graduation
and all that good stuff. If you're listening at home and you can hear us, cool. If you can't, somebody shoot us a message or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything sounds different. I got different headphones on. Cameras are set up a little different. So if you see something move around, it's because I can't help myself. Anyways, this is episode number 75, To The Point Podcast with Mike, Leo, and Vince. It is...
Hey, we already started?
Yeah, we're started.
Oh, shit. Man, I didn't know. I didn't hear our introduction. That's why I was like...
Here you go. That's it.
Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
Yeah.
Take 2.
So it's weird what happens over 2 weeks. Like we were saying, we're back with episode
totally agree.
75.
Right.
And apps update regularly. And if you don't go into them like every other day, sometimes stuff looks a little different. And right now, everything looks different. So I just noticed I don't see a lot of other stuff, which makes me worried. But whatever.
It is what
Like
it
I
is.
said, if you can't hear us and we're just rambling on in a silent movie fashion, just let us know somehow. If you are watching, though, give us a thumbs up. I mean... Yeah, best way to support the show, or even if you don't give a shit, give us a like. What is it? A thumbs up and a like.
A thumbs up and a like and a share. Don't forget
I don't
to
care
share,
if you
man.
share it or not.
Just give it a share, man. Hit the button. Hit both. Hit all 3 buttons. Boom,
But
boom,
while
boom.
we're getting
Easy.
started, you can find us on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, Rumble, YouTube. We do the live on Facebook to get some more exposure, but I don't
Right.
think they stay there. I'm not sure what happens.
I don't
But
know.
and also we're streaming live tonight to Indian River Connections website. We have our own page on that website where you can catch all our videos on YouTube and all of our audio only on Spotify if you want
for
it.
sure.
Check out the website. It's IndianRiverConnections.com. You can find the collaboration between us, TGI Now podcast, and Binford Chronicles, Joanne Binford and John Crappie and them. It's pretty cool. We're slow getting a bank of interviews together because it's life, you know. Everybody has a day job pretty much and a life. So, and like I said before, if you just tuning in, with the last couple weeks of school, it's pretty busy.
Oh yeah. It gets
Even
pretty
if you
hectic.
don't have kids, just in retail and real life, it's busy out there right now. So stay tuned for that. We have some connections, and there's a small business spotlight section on that page where you can just shoot your information over, and you know, if you're legit, we'll put you on the small business spotlight page, which gets you your own page with the information you give us fine-tuned, and you can share it or whatever, do whatever you want. So it's pretty cool, where people can just see other small businesses in the area, in Indian River area. Now, To The Point Podcast, some of our listeners are tuning in from outside of Indian River and don't really give a shit. But the goal for the platform is to be somewhere where you can go get inspiration on election integrity or candidate integrity, conspiracy theories, or culture war news type podcasts, and hopefully you'll be able to find more than just ours on there one day. So if you're interested, hop on over, check it out, become a member. It's free. If you don't ever plan on charging for any kind of membership, not that we're in that kind of position to do anyways, but it's cool playing with it and seeing what we can put together and showcase. So a lot in the news lately. I mean, it's been 2.5, 3 weeks, you said, Vince?
Yeah, 3 weeks, because we missed the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
due to things going on.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a night out. Unfortunately, Vince couldn't make it, but we went to the Green Marlin and met up with John from TGI Now and Joanne Bidford and planned out some things. But other than that, I mean, what you been up to, Leo?
Nothing, man. I just been thinking about the government here lately. Because you know what I've been thinking, though? The government, like, why are they so secretive? What are they secretive about? Why does everything got to be a secret?
Because if you knew what they were really doing, you'd be outraged, and the people be looking to overthrow the government if they knew the truth.
Okay, but I would prefer if you tell me, like, straight up forward what's going on instead of me putting the pieces together, putting the puzzle.
We prefer that, but they don't want you to know.
Okay, why not?
Because, like I said, you're going to want to overthrow the government.
Okay, well then stop being so shady about it.
Then the bankroll's done for them.
Then stop being so shady about it. You know? Why you gotta be so shady about it? Just don't be shady about it. Tell me the truth.
Our government has replaced organized crime.
Not my government.
Why do you think they wanted to end the mafia?
Okay,
because they wanted to be organized crime.
Okay, but why can't they get in trouble then for all their stupid shit?
They can.
Okay, let's just get rid of the government. Plain and simple.
Well, I'm game.
You know.
Well, you would think.
I mean, we could have somebody up there that is
you need
in charge.
some sort of government, but it needs to be fixed. I mean, you got to have some sort of order.
Like say, hey, America. Okay, they tell me, fake stuff like, hey, we went to the moon. Okay, go back.
How come
why haven't we been back there?
When was it supposed to be?
Go back. Okay, go back.
Did they walk on the moon?
Shit, we got
how many years?
In the 60s, I think it was.
Right. So
everybody supposedly was glued to the TV.
You're 69 or something like that.
You're talking nearly 60 years ago.
So think about
we
this.
haven't been able to go back.
So what were the
bullshit?
So what were
fuck you? I'm not that stupid.
So what were they being distracted by them back then by the saying that we went to the moon? They had to be it was a distraction for something.
The Cold War.
The Cold War. Plus, we were also in a race with other countries, and we wanted to be the first.
It was part of the Cold War.
That's where the first distraction came for us Americans, right there. Oh, we went to the moon, and it was live on TV. Bullshit.
Well, I mean,
that's where Hollywood came through.
You talk to some people that were alive back then, and a lot of them feel pretty strong about that. It was real. It happened.
Well,
I don't know, but
they tell us that that's the only. I mean, shit. We had never been there before. We didn't know anything about it. This is the first time these people hear about it, see about it, know about it. Of course, it's real.
That's why I can't believe it, because 60 years of technology advancement has happened.
Yeah, we got Teslas now.
We can't do what we did 60 years ago.
We got a
55 years ago.
We got a cyber truck, Vince. You seen those things?
They're all over the place.
It's pretty badass. I gotta admit it, man. I'd like to ride. I'd like to drive one of them.
I just can't get over the way they look. Like, I think they look horrible.
They look horrible, but it's pretty badass horrible.
The rest of it's pretty cool. Like, I mean, they're fast as hell. They got a lot of power. I mean, like, you know, but they need to make them look good. Come on, the Tesla Model S doesn't look bad. I mean, like, that truck looks bad. It's horrible.
Like, I want to know, what were they on whenever they made this truck?
I don't know.
So
it's
listen, I heard something today.
Aluminum on the outside. I like that.
Pretty interesting. There's a Chinese EV manufacturer, electric vehicle manufacturer, that they make a vehicle. It's called the Skylark, I believe, or the Seagull, and it baseline retails. You want to take a guess for this?
This is a top of the line electric vehicle.
You can't get it here in the United States.
Oh, well, of course not, because they already took our.
Well, I'll tell you why in a second, but baseline. Chinese, it's nice. It's quality stuff.
What is it?
I don't know, 35, 40,000.
Baseline $9,500.
Holy shit!
Fuck, talk about affordable, right? That's baseline $9,500, and they don't sell it here in the United States.
I wonder why.
When the CEO was asked,
much greed here.
She, in a very confident way, said, "Well, United States is not very friendly, so they would have to change their ways for us to do business in their country." And it makes a lot of sense, because Biden was talking about putting like a tariff on Chinese imports, which Trump had already done. Right. Trump had already done that. Biden undid it. And now that election season's coming up, or is here, Biden's throwing that out there again.
Right.
So, $9,500 Chinese shit. Yeah. But what's the difference?
But somebody else can build it. They can repeat it.
The difference, I believe, is they're getting the raw materials there a whole lot cheaper.
I got you.
Than everywhere else is going to. And there's multiple factors that play into that. Not one, because they own half the fucking world. They've gone in and they built infrastructure in countries that haven't even seen a wheel yet, pretty much, you know, and it's they end up owning the country. They own the mineral rights, and a lot of times that's where they're, you know, they improve life. They bring a third world country out of the shithole. But I think I heard
but they're getting rich
northeastern Italy is like the majority population is Chinese ancestry, and the majority language spoken is fucking Mandarin or whatever it is they speak. So and it's like that on East Africa also. Most of East Africa is Chinese infrastructure. They own it. When we pulled out of Afghanistan, one of the largest deposits of magnesium, something, I think it starts with an M, or nickel, something like that, is in Afghanistan.
Right, and a lot of people think when we pulled out, that was so that China could move in.
Another thing, the largest, here's a guess. Where do you think the largest deposit of lithium is? Lithium's in all the batteries, right? Everything is lithium.
I had where did I see this? It's like a big ass fucking hole that they got going on right now. Is it, Mike?
It's a big fucking hole, all right.
It's like
it's the ocean. The largest deposit of lithium is the ocean. The problem is, though, they have to run it through a process and desalinate it, and you end up with other byproducts of it. So here in the United States, we're pretty much crippled due to environmental litigation and regulation. Right. So China, they don't give a shit. You know, they're the largest CO2 producer in the world, but yet America is the ones who are made to feel guilty and do all our restrict our people. Meanwhile, we don't expect the same out of the largest population in the world, I believe. Is it them or India? Either way, they're both humongous CO2 producers, and now that they can rape the earth of all these resources without the regulation our companies have, because our companies can't just go overseas and do the same shit. You know, they have to go by our regulations no matter where they are.
Right.
There's loopholes and shell companies they can get through to do shady shit. But if you're a legit company, you know, you're following environmental regulations no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
China doesn't care, man. They can produce these vehicles for $9,500, like with slave labor, child labor, and captured resources.
Yeah,
pretty
they don't
much.
give a shit.
Modern day captured resources, just like
that's where that one fake Amazon thing came from.
What's that?
What is
Wish?
it? No, not Wish.
Temu?
Yeah, Temu.
Yeah, that's pretty legit though. There's warehouses in the United States.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why, like Dodge, you can't get a Charger, Challenger, or a Ram starting 2025 with a V8 engine because they have to get their ratings below a certain threshold for their
they have to cut
carbonation.
Right, the carbonation rating. If they don't, they got to pay major, gobs of money that would probably pretty much bankrupt the company. So they have no choice. But like you said, they don't have to worry about anything like that.
I like those cars though. If I could,
would you own one?
A what? A Dodge?
Let's say a Tesla.
A Tesla?
Have you ever ridden one?
I have never ridden one.
Okay,
In
so
one, I have
not riding in one. Would you
I have
own one?
seen one just walking by. I haven't even got close to one to like look at it and see it and inspect it and stuff. But
me,
I mean, they look pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna say no because maybe in the near future that's all there's.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if you're
that's
mandated, which we'll talk about.
If I had no choice. If I have to buy an electric vehicle,
we're gonna have no choice. It's gonna come.
Then I would own a Tesla.
So have you ridden in one?
No.
Okay, so I've ridden in one, and I can say I would own one.
Yeah, that's what
but
I
wouldn't. Here's my stipulation, though. It wouldn't be my daily driver. It might be, but it's not going to be my only fucking vehicle. I'll tell you that. Even if it could do everything I needed it to do, it would just be my dart around there. Because that little thing, once you sit in it, you get over how ugly they are.
Right.
Because they're pretty freaking ugly.
To
in my
me,
eyes. All
like
of them.
the Model S, just because it's basically like the fastest car you can buy, and it's really not that crazy expensive.
I didn't ride in that.
But it's like still, even if I'm gonna buy something that's fast, like a sports car, I want to feel the motor. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
Yeah.
Yes, but man, I tell you,
I'm
listen,
not saying they're not
now,
cool. They are.
I ain't bragging on myself, but I used to run my buddy's Mustang down the freaking track in Buffalo, and I used to love that 5.0, that 5-speed, 5-liter Ford Mustang going down that fucking drag strip. But
Right.
you go down 43rd in the Tesla and you gun it, and there's that Mustang ain't got
Yeah.
Oh no.
shit.
There ain't no doubt. I would prefer the V8 sports car, but I know I'm going to lose that race to the Tesla. But I still want that V8.
Yeah, that's like I'm saying. I wouldn't.
Now,
it wouldn't be my
if I was rich
I
and I
wouldn't be
could
dependent
own
on that,
multiple
yeah.
vehicles and it wasn't
That's
a big
what I'm
deal,
saying.
then
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I would. I'd have one.
Why not?
But it wouldn't be my favorite car to drive probably because I like.
It's not
American
next on my
muscle.
list to buy. Yeah, for sure. But anyways, I thought that was an interesting fact. I think I heard that on
I actually like
PBD.
I actually like the GMC. What is it? The Hummer that they made. It's all electric.
I think I seen one the other day. It's pretty sharp looking. Yeah.
If I was going to buy an electric vehicle right now, I'm a truck person, so I think that would be the one I would take right now. Prior to that, I probably would have said the Rivian. I just don't like the way the Tesla truck looks. If they made it look cool.
You don't like how Tesla truck looks?
I just don't like the look, like the shape of it.
I think I know he does. I mean, you know what? I'm not even going to say I think what Elon should do because Elon's way more fucking smarter than me. But, I mean, if I was in his position, I think I would have a retrofit line also where you can bring in your Silverado and have a total retrofit.
Right. Put it on the Tesla,
the platform,
chassis,
whatever. And have it look like your Silverado.
Yeah.
Just take off the branding or whatever. That'd be
would
badass.
that would be pretty cool.
I don't know why they don't do something like that. I mean,
I'm sure there's some
what would
place you
stop
could.
them?
I'm
They're
sure there's
already
some
making a
place.
freaking electric car.
I'm sure there's some place you could have it done for gobs amount of money.
Yeah, for sure.
Get
But
a
yeah,
Tesla
it
truck
would be-
and swap it out.
It'd be pretty cool if you could just order it from Tesla.
Yeah.
Now, if a Tesla truck could do like the equivalent to a 2500 HD, that'd be impressive. If it can
Yeah.
hold its own for 8 hours,
Yeah.
8 to 10 hours would be 10 to 12 would be.
I'd have to go back and look at it, but I saw a video where they pretty much said it can tow. I don't know if it was the half-ton trucks or the 3/4 ton. It can keep up with them. I'm not sure which one it was. I'd have to go back and check, but they've made, I guess, the newer ones that are coming out have made quite a bit of difference now in their ability to tow.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, we can move on from there. I take my headphones off for a minute because I'm sweating.
Yeah,
We're on the back
it's
porch.
pretty humid. Florida sucks
So what do I
this
got
time of
here?
year.
I got Trump was back in New York today, and of course the Biden campaign teamed up with Robert De Niro to do a press conference.
Yeah,
there.
I heard
Did you
about
see
that.
all that?
I heard about
Let's
it. I didn't
what we
see
got
it,
here.
but
Let's see what we got here. Hold on.
from what I heard, it was pretty sickening.
Elections, forget about it. That's over. That's done. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He will never leave. You know that. He will never leave. What does that mean? Is that the country we want to live in? Do we want him running this country and saying, I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life? I hope this new ad campaign reaches outside the bubble to remind supporters of what a danger he is to our lives. This is not a threat. This is a reality. And that's why I've joined the Biden-Harris campaign, because the only way to preserve our freedoms and hold on to our humanity is to vote for Joe Biden for president. Really. We don't have a choice. On January 6th, while Republican lawmakers despicably tried to keep the loser Trump, and elections, forget about it. That's over. That's done.
That was Robert De Niro losing his shit outside the courthouse in New York.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What kind of voter intimidation, or not voter intimidation, but jury pool tampering would that be?
What do you mean? Like,
Supposedly an A-list actor outside the courthouse preaching about how this guy, if he gets reelected, he'll never leave, and
yeah, he's gonna be a dictator for forever.
Right. Like, what kind of fear-mongering bullshit is that?
Trump is, first off, he's 77 years old. Yeah, he's gonna be the dictator for the next 100 years, is what he's making it sound like. You know, he's never gonna go away.
Yeah,
you're never gonna.
The guy can't. We're lucky if he lives that long.
He's got 4 years left to serve in office,
and that's what scares them to death.
Right?
Because he told them he was going to be dictator on day one. For day one, he's going to be dictator and just fix everything right then and there.
And I hope he does.
Right, and that's what he should have did last time.
And last time, I think he thought he was going to have 8 years to do it, and he was doing it slowly, and the other side figured out a way to steal the election from him, you know, so...
Yeah, it's all a fucking shit show. I mean, pardon my French. We try not to cuss too much on here, but here is one of... Well, I don't think this would be his supporter.
It was funny. You pointed to that while we were watching it, too. At the one point, he almost sounded like he was trying to convince himself what he was... Yeah, you actually have to vote for Biden. That's what I'm saying. You got to vote for the guy that's completely senile and doesn't know up and down.
Yeah.
You know, he's just wandering around. Yeah, I'm actually telling you to vote for him.
Let's check out this one super fan of Robert De Niro's.
Democrats, you are gangsters. You are gangsters. You're washed up. Fuck you. You're a little punk. You're a softy. You're a nobody. Your movies suck. You're trash. You're trash. You're done. You're done up here. Democrats, you are gangsters. You are gangsters. You're washed up. Fuck you. You're a little punk. You're a softy. You're a nobody. Your movies suck. You're trash.
He said...
Can they hear us?
Yeah, we're back live. He said, your movie sucks.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm watching all this, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what does Robert De Niro stand to gain getting involved in politics like this? Like, one, yeah, okay, he might be getting paid, but the other question that pops in my head is, what has he got to hide?
Right, he's scared as fuck is what he is.
What is he worried about? What is he hiding?
Yeah, he's I'm gonna go ahead and
what's
jump out
he
on a
tied
line
up in?
and say he's scared.
He's tied up in something
Whether
that he doesn't want getting out
Epstein's
there.
list or whatever.
Right. There's something.
He's pretty scared of Trump getting in there. A lot of them are.
Maybe he's the real Epstein.
Yeah. Speaking of Trump, over the weekend there was a Libertarian National, the Libertarian Party's convention. It's just like the GOP convention, the Democratic convention, where they nominate their nominee. And when you hear libertarian, what do you think? What do you know about being a libertarian, Leo? It's in our description, or is soon to be removed.
Our description.
Yeah, I think on one of our platforms we're labeled as conservative libertarians.
I think it was on Facebook.
Something like that.
What?
We're waiting on Leo's answer.
I know.
But,
I'm trying to like.
Well, I'll jump.
Trying to like put it together, like to make trying to make it make sense. Like.
So the main drive behind libertarianism is as less government as absolute possible. They don't believe in 90% of the government.
Right.
And you think that you would think they mostly tend towards fiscal conservatism and family values. And there's different factions of the party that do.
Right.
And of course, then there's different factions that of the party that don't.
Right.
I don't trust 90% of the government.
So Trump was there. Trump was at the convention. He went and spoke.
Right.
So did RFK. I watched them both on a different podcast, and they both were pretty good. I watched Trump's speech there, and he got booed. He knew he was going to get booed.
Right.
But he went. You know, it's the Libertarian Party of Ron Paul and Rand Paul isn't what it used to be. It's been overtaken by purple hair,
Right.
free willies, open border type people, and there's still like the Miso Caucus, who tends to be more conservative, who will be voting for Trump in this election, obviously, because they nominated over the weekend someone who, as far as border policy is concerned, they want to go back to an Ellis Island style immigration policy, which pretty much means open borders. Just give us your name.
Right.
And here's a social security number. Here you go.
Right.
And which is not good. It didn't work out then either. It's not working out now. It is one way, I guess, of documenting people. Well, what good is that? If you drain the system, we end up being Europe, where we move people in herds around in regions. It's just not good. He's also pro-trans. He is gay, which isn't that big. I mean, like, who gives a deal? Who gives a damn? But he would not be in favor of removing the shit content out of school libraries. He's just total opposite of what you would believe would be coming out of the Libertarian Party. So a lot of people are jumping ship. I'm already, I'm not ashamed to say it, I'm registered Republican, because let's face it, it is a two-party system, and I'm not going to waste my time with some fucking clowns the Libertarian Party keeps putting up there.
Right.
The cause and the mission is real, and it's right, and it's righteous, but the people that are overtaking the system are just rejects from the left and people from the right who've been kicked off the island, pretty much. And it's just like, get it together. You keep nominating jokes. Jo Jorgensen was on a podcast. I saw her last time around, and she wasn't very educated in the policies at all, or current events at that. I forget what it was, but she was completely oblivious to what's going on in the real world. And so Trump went. So did RFK. Neither one of them. The guy who was nominated, I think it's Chase Oliver, never heard of him. He said he wouldn't have invited RFK or Donald J. Trump because the party just doesn't go along with their values, and Trump should be held accountable for what he did during office, and he didn't end the wars. He kept wars going, and he has some valid arguments, but they're not really productive. And they don't produce anything anyways. They're false allegations, I believe. It's just world of politics. And if you're listening and you think he can do any better, I beg to differ. His integrity is already in question, along with his mental health. So I can't believe the party nominated him. But either way, I wouldn't be voting for him anyways, because like I said, it's bottom of the line. It's a two-party system. You want to throw your vote away? Like, if it was just two, you would vote for Trump. But now because this guy's in it, he's not either one. You'll vote for him, even though he's not going to win. It's like throwing a vote. Like, why'd you even go to vote?
Right.
I believe.
There's never been an election since any of us have been alive that it wasn't a two-party race. I mean, I think the closest person that ever made any headway that wasn't in Republican or Democratic Party was probably Ross Perot, if you remember him. And, you know, he was pretty good, but even he wasn't close to winning the election. Not even anywhere close.
Right. Yeah.
And the reason why so many of these politicians don't want Trump is even our politicians on our side, a lot of the Republicans, stand to lose money when Trump's in office because the system's broke where it's mainly definitely a lot more of it going on the Democratic side, but we have on our side, we've got crooked politicians too.
Oh yeah, they're all over the place. Most of them are fake, but
most of them are.
I'm reading something on social media, but I mean, the libertarians bring really, here's the deal. They've always invited candidates, no matter what party they're at. So the guy is wrong. It wasn't they wanted to speak there. They accepted the invite. Trump was the first president to ever accept the invite. RFK will go wherever he'll be heard because he's having problems having ballot access anyways. But Trump was the first president ever to go there and speak. But why? They bring 1 to 3% of vote to the ballot. There's nothing to fight over. But there's real people in there who will appreciate that. And there's people that did turn over, you know. Here's his speech. Let's check it out.
Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you, Angela, for that introduction. And I am truly honored to be invited here tonight as the first president in American history to address the Libertarian National Convention. Great honor. A lot of people ask why I came to speak at this Libertarian Convention, and you know, it's an interesting question, isn't it? But we're gonna have a lot of fun. Well, in the last year, I've been indicted by the government on 91 different things, so if I wasn't a libertarian before, I sure as hell am a libertarian now. And unlike Joe Biden, I don't throw people in jail for disagreeing with me. I don't do that.
Yeah, so, I mean, his full speech had a lot of cheers, too. You know, you can hear the ups and downs just in that little clip. But, really, he had nothing to gain by going there. No, he had nothing to lose either. He did follow, I believe, off the teleprompter. And what he should have done is he should have worked the crowd.
Right.
He should have pointed out the Rosie O'Donnells.
Do you think
the whoever he wanted? He should have worked the crowd like he normally does, like a rally.
You think he did it because they've been keeping him off the campaign trail and it's just a chance to get out there? I mean, not that he needs it, but because they've been doing a pretty good job of keeping him off the campaign trail. So
I don't know. It drove a lot of attention. I mean, even for his base, that rallies his base too, because they're like, oh, see, he's even speaking to the libertarians, you know?
Right.
Because there is a libertarian accent to the conservative right. Fortunately, the party has got, you know, big government mixed in with it too, you know? And for most of us on the right, I believe limited government is ideal. But government is needed. You know, some type of law and order is needed.
Right.
But these people would have open borders. Not all of them.
The other thing I'm thinking is maybe he's thinking like you said, he's speaking to a bunch of people that plan on wasting their vote. If they vote for their own party, they have zero chance of winning, and they know it.
Yeah, I don't know what they waste their time.
So it's like, well, at least this guy showed up and. So maybe he got some of their votes, you know, hopefully.
Well, some people posted online that, you know, there was no way, like, a lot of these influencers did, like, videos beforehand, and they're like, can't believe they invited Trump. There's no way he's winning anything coming out of here, this and that. And there was a few of them afterwards that were like, I can't believe we just nominated that. I'm voting for Trump. You know, it's like total skip ship, and that's exactly what they did. If the Libertarian Party, if the people in charge right now
because
were worried anybody had doubt, they were retarded. They just removed any doubt at all.
Right. If there's ever been a candidate from either side that represents what their party wants, he's closer to that than anybody that's ever been
Absolutely
an option.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he used the government because he was in charge of it. That was his goal, was to get things right. But, I mean, there's a lot I think we can't avoid. Now, I'm not saying we should be involved in overseas conflicts, but there's a lot where you can't avoid when there is underlying national interest and
we get too involved, but yeah, like you said,
I think
when you're one of the world powers, it's hard not to get
building, and we try selecting leadership in other nations.
Right.
I mean,
No, it's none of our
yeah,
business.
it's none of our fucking business. So I don't know. I don't know if we talked last time. Since speaking of national shit, this president of Iran, or foreign minister of Iran, died in a helicopter crash, and there was word that there'd be conflict over that because we were being blamed for that,
So,
along with Israel. And
so what is the latest on that? Because last I had heard,
I haven't heard nothing.
I was wondering
I don't
because
know.
I haven't seen anything either. Because there's the conspiracy that the helicopter was shot down, but I've heard reports where they say no, the helicopter just malfunctioned and went down on its own.
They said it was a very foggy day. It was a very
Yeah.
foggy day in a mountainous area. Just seemed weird to me. I almost wouldn't doubt it if the Ayatollah, who's the supreme leader, didn't have him off anyways. They did one route. They did blame the U.S. for sanctions because they couldn't get up-to-date parts to fix the helicopter, to service and fix the helicopter. You good?
You all right, Leo?
Yeah, no, I'm listening. No, because I'm putting like stories together, like it's like what's up with all these helicopters? Not like what's up with all these, but like what's up with these people dying in helicopter accidents? Mike said it was foggy, and in the mountains, and mountains are normally foggy and stuff like that. So
Right.
Mountainous region.
it can be an accident. Shit, accidents happen. It could have sometimes. Shit like that. I mean, I don't want to be a conspiracy theory person or anything, but man, shit like that can happen, man. It's just
Yeah. I mean, either story could.
and the
make
crazy
perfect
shit
good
and the
sense.
crazy shit is like it happens to these people. It's the crazy shit though. That's the shit that happens, And you know why, Vince? Because they have all the money and they have all the luxury shit that they could. They want to live their life like this. Look.
Listen,
Fast. I want to get there fast because I have it.
When we get to 10 million followers, Leo,
10 million.
I'll give him a free shirt.
and we're making a lot of money doing this,
I'll give him a free shirt.
and I have all the money in the world, I still ain't traveling by helicopter.
I will. Fuck it.
I know,
No, fuck that, man.
It's
I
a
don't-
little.
Go fuck, Vince.
I've seen too many celebrities, like between race car drivers, Kobe Bryant, people that have died in helicopters, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Same thing with little planes, man.
I've never.
I'll take a big ass jet, man. Fuck them little planes.
I've never been in a helicopter. I like to ride in one.
I'll pass.
You pass?
Yeah. Well, we talked about doing a cruise to Alaska, and I just don't think that's up my alley. Like, people die on that shit.
I mean, people die anywhere they go.
Yeah, and I don't want to be one of them.
Ooh, excuse
I don't
me.
know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Forget
It's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't mind flying.
Now, if we ever get flying cars, which
Yeah.
supposedly they're supposed to be
It's
around
coming,
now.
Vince.
There's a
Vince.
couple of them around.
Yeah,
It's
supposedly
coming.
they're legal in somewhere.
They're
I saw
coming.
a video about it. I need to watch
Flying
it
what?
again.
Cars?
Yeah, they
Governments
exist.
governments have the. Oh, you know what, Vince? Talking about that, you know what I saw on social media? That Disney here at Disney Springs, they have this show with 800 drones. It's a light
the
show.
light show. Because they don't do fireworks anymore, I don't believe.
Check that.
Oh, they
out,
do that
Vince.
for the 4th of July?
No,
Drones
no,
instead
I
of
think it's the nightly night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nightly night or every Friday night or
They
something
used
like
to do. They used to do fireworks like every
Vince,
night or once a week.
over 800 drones.
That's
man.
cool.
That's pretty badass. Think about it. How can you? Technology is just like
Yeah. Looks like some of the videos
Vince.
I watch, like
Yeah.
people driving around in their vehicles, and the drone, you don't even have to fly it.
Yeah.
The drone will just follow your vehicle.
follow Vince. But yet, we can't go back to the moon and get a fresh
Right.
fucking picture. The fuck is that? What is that?
Yeah, how come we haven't done any lives from the moon?
Take me back.
Eli,
Take me
make it
back.
happen.
That's why I know
Elon,
He's
they're
working on it.
alive.
I don't think he's messing with the moon.
Huh? No, I don't think
he really
is
cares
either.
about the moon.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
he don't
is
give a
either.
shit about the moon, man. He doesn't give a shit. I mean,
Yeah.
he's probably like, okay, I could get there, but I'm not gonna put the government on shutdown and show them that what they've shown is not what it is.
He's got enough money tied up in other things, like
You know?
That's an endless bottomless pit right there. Probably trying to
I
get
wonder.
to the moon.
I wonder if he has like a book, like a journal of all this shit written down somewhere,
He's
say
got
one
to
day-
have some good information from taking Twitter over.
and say
There's
and
gotta
say
be something good there.
and say one of these days when he dies, shit's still not gonna come out because somebody's gonna have that book and be like, "Hey, listen, I have this journal or whatever." Like, when you die, I mean, shit, you can't take that shit with you. You die, you die. Your journal is staying behind, or whatever it is. I wonder if he like jots things down that he knows and says, "I'm gonna little receipt on that real quick." Like
You
like
saying-
Epstein.
Like you wonder, are you saying you wonder if like he uses some of the information sometimes? Like if somebody's trying to like maybe back him into a corner and be like, hey, I know this about you.
No, like say like right now when I was just saying that you guys were saying like he doesn't really care about the moon and stuff like
Right.
that. Maybe he doesn't because it's like, okay, I don't want to put the government on blast and be like,
Oh,
This
prove
is
that
not-
they didn't do
this is really not what you guys are showing people, And I'm just saying, like, I wonder if he has it written down somewhere and says, this is actually what
it. Right.
I talked about with the government about going to the moon, and they said, no, you can't do this because you're going to release top secrets that we didn't want them to know or something like that, But and he's like, okay, well, give me something back in return because if not, I'm going to fucking fly to the moon,
Right.
And release all this stuff that you guys already know. And I'm sure he has stuff like that. Like he's been to meetings and stuff like that, and he's like, I got you on that one, and write it down or whatever,
He's got. People are scared of what he's got. I'll tell you that. They better
You
be.
think so?
Oh yeah. I think Elon, even if he doesn't like use it, I think he's got access to quite a bit.
His
If he
mom is
doesn't
still
already
around
have it,
too,
'cause,
huh?
Keep in mind, Twitter was pretty big, and there was a lot of backroom deals. He's seen the backroom deals all the governments were pretty much doing with Twitter home office in censoring their opposition. So he's got dirt on a lot of politicians, probably back and forth messages, even DMs. They probably have all that.
Oh, so whenever he purchased it with all the receipts that came with
Oh
it.
yeah. He went in there and he had a couple of journalists, Matt Taibbi and Michael Schellenberger, go through all of it and dissect it and pull out
All the
major
rope.
stuff about our government working with Twitter to
Yeah.
censor like Donald Trump.
And they had all these robot accounts that didn't exist that they
Right.
closed down,
They would
which
spam an account.
spam accounts. They would use those to block people like Trump from being able to get their word out.
They were doing pretty shady shit. And
Who
for just a
Twitter was
platform.
doing this?
Yeah. So
Really?
For
so
the government.
So Twitter
Right.
had all this stuff for the government.
And it got to the point to where, like the FBI or the administration, like the White House administration, Obama administration would be like, hey, that latest post this morning doesn't need to be seen. There was messages like that.
Right.
And if they
before you know it,
if they
they
can
were down.
buy and control major companies like that aren't even in our country,
Okay, so my
they had,
thing.
him
what do
take-
you-
they
what do
had
you-
Trump taken off of
what do you,
Twitter.
what do you think that they can do to somebody like Robert De Niro that they may have something on? I mean, they could certainly buy Robert De Niro,
Right.
or maybe
But-
they got something on him on top
Okay,
of that.
so my thing is, okay, so let me just get it right, and so that our listeners can get it right. Okay, so these guys were just going on Twitter, right, and saying, just speaking out what they wanted to speak there at the time, or was it like through messages through Twitter or through DMs and stuff
It
like
was
that?
through. There was another app Twitter would use. It was on the Twitter platform. I don't remember the exact
Right.
details, but it was on pretty much on Twitter.
That
Pretty
go-
much like DMs.
That the government,
I think it was a Signal or something like that, but it was all like
ran by Twitter.
relayed onto the Twitter. So there was receipts of these conversations.
And the government's been using AI before we knew what the hell AI was. They were
AI. That's. I mean,
AI's been around longer than
that's in so
most
many
people
different-
realizes.
AI is how you define it because, I mean, what is AI? I mean, we
Well, I
know
mean,
what
these
AI
robot-
we think of.
I mean,
yeah.
like these robot accounts, a lot of them are controlled by AI.
Oh yeah, for sure. They'll use them. They got one. What was it? Elon Musk went after not a bot account, but another account that would. They made fake accounts, and somehow they would pop into the comments of, I forget what it was, another news platform,
Right.
and they would somehow they would spam that account, and they would alter the views and get it automatically flagged by the AI. So there was another company that knew how to play the system and I forget the whole deal. There was a big lawsuit. I think it's still pending litigation right now, but it was pretty interesting how they figured out how they can do that to censor somebody. And I can't. I'm gonna have to find the details on that.
Right.
Again, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
amazing
just crazy,
what they can do
you know,
with
it's
social
just-
media.
Well, not just that. Then you look at all the news platforms like CNN, Fox News, and all that stuff that they were controlling on top of that. Still are, to
Deep
some
state.
extent.
The deep state. That's what you call deep state.
Yeah.
Those are the people who don't come and go with the administration. Maybe some of them work in administration, but
Like my thing is like
It don't matter who's running; they're still there.
they're there.
Like my thing is, how do you get a job
What doing?
working with, or somehow working in the White House, or somehow working at the Pentagon, or something like that? Like, you know, like say I'm gonna go to work today. You know, like what?
Yeah. Well, that's anywhere. We don't know how that is, right? Our work is different.
I know, but
Yeah.
like I wonder what that feels like.
To go do what?
To work, to like walk into the White House, or
Hold on, Mike. Like, wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I gotta get a nice little shave. You know, I gotta shave my face. I gotta get a little cup of coffee. Put my suit. Make sure it's nice and iron from the dry cleaners, and get my tie. Get my nice, you know, dress shoes and my little briefcase, and
you got to flip your tie over your shoulder, Leo, so when you're drinking your coffee, you don't
Yeah.
get none on your tie.
you know, and leave my apartment, you know, and hit the subway and go to, you know, Washington D.C. or go wherever and set my office. And like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be weird
what
having a
the
job,
fuck
like
do
an
you
office
do?
job like that. Like I've never.
Like,
I don't
what
know
the
if I
hell
would
do
feel
you
productive.
do?
Yeah.
Doing what we've done for our whole life, would you feel productive?
No. Like, what do you do, bro?
I made some emails. Like, even
What do you
the
do
web
sitting
design
there
I
just-
do, it's like,
Emails for
it's
what?
fun
All
for me,
day
so-
long.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be weird. None of
Really,
us have
bro?
ever. None of us have ever had an office job.
I know, but like, seriously, like, what are you doing all day long? What are you doing? Tell
Sending
me.
emails.
For what? Call them.
I don't know.
Tell them, hey.
What job you talking about?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what are their conversations? That's their job. Is a
Yeah.
conversation is their job. Conversating with other people.
Or communicating, like communications is just a matter of, like the press.
Okay, but you're gonna tell me you're gonna go to
the
college and
communications
waste
department-
thousands and millions of dollars to get an education to sit in the office
No.
that you can't even pay your bills back to
no,
pay
and
the loan
I
back?
wouldn't recommend it to my children either.
But do you see what I'm saying though? Like, why
Like,
do you
unless
make?
there's something
But
you really want
why?
to do.
But
Right.
why do you have to make it so hard for somebody to be able to work in these fields?
Well, because
Okay,
it's
you
a
have an
scam.
Okay, you have
It's
an
a
edu-
scam.
It's
That's
a
why.
part of the system.
Okay,
Yeah.
you went to college and you spent thousands and billions of dollars,
But-
and now I'm going to pay you less
So
so that you can't afford to pay that loan back. But yet you're the government, and I'm going to work for the
Yeah, and
government,
there's-
and it's so great.
There's people that can learn the job without going to college and do it way better than the person that went to college. But it's the system. It's a system that we've all fallen for.
yeah, it's like standards. Companies won't like it used to be. A company wouldn't hire you unless you had a college degree. That's changed over the years, and then even more so in the last year when you see these buffoons protesting on campus grounds. A lot of employers now are like, "Well, I don't know if I really care if they have a degree or not. I'd
Right.
probably choose somebody without one."
It
first."
got so bad, and some companies still do this, where they run a credit check on you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
that's
if your
common
credit is
practice.
below a certain number, they don't want you.
yeah.
Or some companies,
especially if you're handling finance.
some companies, they might actually look at it different. If you got a lower, you might fit what they need. Like if it's a job,
a DEI hire.
yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Anyways,
Like, I don't
Imagine
know,
not
like,
getting
I-
a job because you're like 10 credit points below the
I don't know.
threshold.
I like to work for this. I like to work for the Secret Service. If I could work for
Nah,
anybody in
I
the
mean-
government, I think I'd like to work for the Secret Service.
I've thought about like those private security firms.
Right.
They're a step above, not above, but a little, less regulation on those guys,
Yeah.
I guess.
That person that drives that big ass plane that transports like all the vehicles and all the fucking.
Oh, the big
Oh,
C-130 or
man.
something.
Oh man, if my kids ever drive one of those things, I'd be so proud of them. But fuck yeah, bro. Take a
Yeah.
picture of it while you're up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take a picture of you jumping, because I ain't jumping.
Anyways, let me show you this website real quick before we head out, because we got to round it up here soon.
Yeah.
So
I got lunches I got to go do, man. I got last week of lunches for me to do this week.
So this is Indian River Connections website. You can see the three that are collaborating behind the main mission in Indian River Connections, which is to spotlight characters in the community making big moves quietly, whether they're giving back or just leading by example. Like Caps, for instance, you'll see their banner here. This will take you to their actual video interview we did. Check it out there. You can watch it on the website, or you can follow it to YouTube, Rumble, Facebook. On this banner, you can also order Caps. And then you'll find some of our video here on our websites. You can go click on our icon. And then you'll find some of our video here. You can see on our website. Like today we are live. Go click on our icon. Indian River Connections. And then you'll find some of our video here. You can see on the same page. You can find all our videos. Go click on our audio. Indian River Connections. And then you'll find some of our video here. You can see on the same page. You can find all our videos.
Like you were saying, so I can create an account on
And
there.
then you'll find some of
And then
our
I can post a
here.
video on there or
On the same
something.
page, you can find all our videos
As well, like you were saying, so I can create an account on there.
I'm working on it right
And
now.
I
You
can
can
post a
upload
video on there or
on the
something.
same page when you find all our videos.
As well, like you were saying, so I can
Come,
create
you
an
have your own
account on
profile. I'm
there.
working on it right
And
now.
I
You
can
can
post a
upload
video on there or
on the
something.
same page when you find all our videos.
As well, like you were saying, so I can
Come,
create
you
an
have your own
account on
profile.
there.
Looking at that, you get your own page. And at some point when you upload video, it should automatically populate that page or a public platform, just like you would see on Rumble or YouTube. It's coming soon. I don't have all the time in the world or money to play with it too much. But once we start generating some traffic, I wouldn't mind letting anybody post their videos or featuring other podcasts. There's a couple. I know John from TGI Now does one with his son. I think is pretty cool to put up there. There's a few others that I can give these pages to and maybe give them some spotlight of their own, including a small business spotlight, which this isn't necessarily a video feature we're going to do. It's pretty much we check you out. If you hit us up, be patient with us. But if you hit us up and give us some information and you're legit, we'll give you a little bit of a spotlight. Which you can see right now we're featuring Ken Husky painting. On here you can see some of his pictures. You can go to his Facebook, or you can go ahead and give him a call right now. But coming soon, you'll see more of those on there. Slowly evolving. I don't want to overload the website with features. It's free to be a member. It will never cost you to be a member. Now, that's not stopping some people from uploading some paid content. There may be some content that gets pushed out exclusively to supporters in a monetary fashion. We don't know yet. We're still working out the kinks on that. But I wouldn't mind being able to have a live on our page, and somebody else can go live at the same time on TGI Now or some of the other ones, Or Leo can be uploading his videos and his content, and Vince's four-wheeling content can be on there. And this is actually, you can do everything here, I'm not going to lie, that you can do on Facebook. But this is yours. Obviously, the website's ours, but you have kind of control over it. So, and if you have ideas and innovations you want to share and partner with us, so you just let us know. It's new to all of us, so everything is new to us. The interviews to the web design, to the ad design also, which I will probably try to help pay for this through ad sales. I don't know the details yet. There's got to be some financial and some legal kinks worked out, but soon enough, either way, you'll probably be able to support us by donations to at least pay for the expenses. So check it out. It's pretty cool. A little weather widget up here, but member stuff, like I said, is free right now. But soon enough, we should see some things populate in there. Anyways, I'm rambling on. Where were we? We about to round this out.
Yeah.
You guys got anything? Leo, where can they find you at?
They can find us at IndianRiverConnections.com.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, cool.
because there you could go wherever you need to go to, whatever platform you need to go to. That's the main one, and from there they could just either you want to go to Instagram, it'll shoot you right to Instagram. You could go to Facebook, it'll shoot you right to Facebook. You know, you could.
I believe your profile page.
Yeah, one place takes you to all.
Yeah, you can find out more about us on there.
Just
also
browse
and
through the web.
socials.
Yeah, browse through the page and you'll figure it out, man. It's real simple, real easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Vince, you got anything?
Plain and simple.
No.
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 There is an event. If you're listening local to Indian River County on June 8th, Joanne Binford and her husband John are hosting a meet and greet at Cap's Pizza and Pub with 4 local candidates. One of them is actually a U.S. congressional candidate, John Hirton. He's running against the establishment pick of Mike Herodopoulos. But there's other ones there. I think Brenda Bradley running for tax collector. She's going to be there. Stephen Hume, which I believe was county commissioner. And I'm drawing a blank. I was hoping to see some school board people there, but it's 4 of them. I don't know how many seats she's got, but she's supplying pizza. If you're interested, get on the Facebook page for Binford Chronicles or Joanne Binford or Indian River Connections. You'll find a link there to RSVP as soon as possible so we know how many people to feed. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe there's a certain amount of pizzas being purchased, but you can still order more or drinks from the bar. I could be wrong. Joanne will let me know, but I'm pretty sure I heard her say that. I don't want to promise free food. Anyways. That's at Cap's Pizza and Pub down on, where is that, Vince?
That's on 43rd? No,
27th.
27th.
Okay.
27th, a little bit before you get to Oslo. In between Oslo and 5th Street.
If you listen to TGI Now, they're a sponsor of TGI Now. You can get all their details there too. Who you can also find on our website. And it's not really like, back to our website, it's not like views or click stealing. It's an avenue. You can watch all this content on our website, which counts as watching it on the individual platforms, or you can funnel to their platform through our website also, and
Right.
get some extra features along the way. But anyways, anything, Leo? Anything else?
That's all I got for this week.
I'm out. We're good, right?
I think we are. All right, guys.
Later.
We'll see you guys next time.
IRC Washing. We've got you covered. Houses and buildings, concrete and sidewalks, roofs and fences. Available for commercial and residential services. Call or text 772-584-7703 and visit ircwashing.com.